Right, so mm, starting a new stream here, first time doing this. This is not meant to replace Frost Cobblemon, but rather just be an easier supplement to it so that I can get stuff out pretty consistently. I know having an upload schedule of some sort really helps with YouTube, so having more frequent uploads by means of a stream would definitely be helpful. Alright, so this is a mod pack I have created before. So it has a bunch of tech mods, but it also has the newly released weather mod, Photomanly's Weather, which is part of the reason I wanted to make this, because I wanted to have a reason to try this out. First off, I will adjust the settings some before I get too far into this. I want to make it at least a bit rare, so that I'm not getting hit by tornadoes all the time. And I may adjust these later on, depending on how it goes. Just want to take a look at the Create Mod settings. Just change a couple things to make it a little easier. Alright, and with that done, let's get started. First I see a couple towers over there, so I'll head for it first. Pretty sure those are apotheosis structures, which, if I remember correctly, have some pretty decent gear on them to start with. If I see any high rarity gems, I'll get it, otherwise I'll leave them here for now. Alright, some useful stuff here. Not the best loot I've seen, but it's not bad either. Check out the other tower over here. Need to get out of this biome as fast as I can, as the tall grass here is quite annoying to walk through. Right, let's see what's at the top of this tower. Definitely far taller than the other one. First thing, remove the TNT. Don't want to get ourselves blown up immediately. Couple diamonds, very nice. That could be useful. I think that'll be the only useful stuff here. Go ahead and grab the crafting table, I guess. Oh, the skies are so beautiful here. Looks like there might be a storm forming up over there. Or at least some dense clouds. I believe that's an applied energistics meteor there. So we'll definitely want to come back to that. Oh, that is such a beautiful sight here. Hopefully this is just a normal storm and not a tornado here on day 1, but we'll see. Does look like some pretty heavy rain out that way. Let's go ahead and check this tower over here. Stuff. Like to try and find somewhere decent to live in pretty soon before I start making much progress. Is that a squall line on it? I know they're in this version of it. And this mod did only come out just a few days ago, I believe. So I don't know much of anything on it. I've watched like 1 or 2 YouTube videos on it, but I've only messed around with it maybe 30 minutes myself. So there will be a lot to discover while playing with it. Oh, that is such a beautiful storm through here. Alright, since I'm curious what this looks like on radar, I'm going to temporarily give myself one to take a look. And it seems that it actually is a squall line this early. I think the settings for that might have been turned up for my testing earlier. No, that is default. Right, well then I guess we just got kind of lucky here. And we are out of food already. Grab some of these onions here. coming in quite fast here. I don't know if there will be any risk in being above ground during this. So I might need to try and hop in a cave pretty quickly. Use the shovel to try and get some wool. Hopefully I can find another couple sheep here. Gives us both food and a bed. And it's pretty much right on top of us now. Going to try to make it to that cave over there before it properly hits. And there's the rain coming in. Right at sunset, too. Not sure if the storms will disappear after sleeping. It appears they don't, maybe? So this will give us a better view of it here in the daytime. See, what would I need to make a radar myself? Alright, nothing too expensive. So I should be able to get that pretty quickly. And here comes the rain. Definitely want to try and get some torches here with how dark it is. Right, now we have light, so let's get the ores we can here. But we should also start food cooking up. And we have our first hostile mob encounter over here. Have a sword yet, so axe will have to do. We'll definitely need a fairly large supply of food if we want to keep up with vein mining stuff. We want to keep going for now. See if I can find a better place to live, since this is just a temporary shelter from the storm and resource grab. I saw some copper out here on the way up. There it is. Right, now if I can get redstone, and I think I needed a piece of gold as well, yeah. I should be able to then get the radar and stuff. Is that another scroll line right behind this one? If it is, then I will definitely be going in to change some configs. Alright, I do not want to mess around with a skeleton without a sword, so I'm just going to run. Right, I'll see if I can turn down the quality a little bit. See if that helps with frames. Right, that should help a little bit. And it does indeed look like a second score line is on its way. This is quite a nice looking valley in here. So I think I might try and set up base down in this valley. If I can get down here safely at least. I'd also considered making this on core, however, I was worried that, me being me, I'd die a stupid death pretty early on. But instead I'm thinking possibly some type of limited lives. I could allow myself 5 deaths or something. Maybe I have to put a sacrifice every time I die, I don't know. That's something I'd have to look into a little. First place down here. Pillager outpost over there. Right. I think I will go ahead and set up here. It's not quite the perfect environment I was really looking for, but it is quite nice, and means I don't have to travel another 1,000 blocks. Probably want to try and do a stone house, so that it has at least some stability for weaker tornadoes. Because it's not a matter of if they'll hit, but when. For the time being, though, I think I'll use this cave as a temporary shelter. Normally do this, but I think I'll spend my diamonds on a sword right away. I know Apotheosis can spawn some pretty strong mobs. And that might not have been a squall line, but just some clouds that happen to look like one because that passed over really quickly. Put some stuff in here. Then I'm going to go try and get some saplings and more trees after sleep, probably. Probably right over there is where I'll plan on basing. Thinking maybe brick for the base of the building, since I've done a lot of stone on first Cobblemon. If any of these caves go down, getting a radar soon would definitely be a smart idea. What is a cave spider? Alright. Let me go get stuff for shield then. shield and a bucket to put water in. Ow. Hot. Does this go anywhere? Not really. I think it'll take quite a bit to find a cave that actually goes down to the levels I'm looking for. Why not? Because this one looks pretty deep here. Deep and dangerous. Okay then. The way the cave is looking, I should probably get food before anything then. If I get a hoe, can go ahead and put in a little farm. That'll eventually get us some food there. I don't know for certain what is causing these lag spikes, but my guess it is the weather, like a storm spawning or something. Right, if I make some doors, I might be able to actually make some progress down in this cave. After I get radar, then I will start on actually building. That looks like it might be a cumulonimbus forming, possibly. Have to keep an eye on it. Not that we really have much that could be hit anyway at the moment. Could be a supercell forming here, so I'll try and spot if there's any rotation with it. This might be another squall. Oh no, not much I can do at this point anyway, so back down into the caves I go. Okay, there seems to be a den, so it's looking like my only option will be the spider nest. So let's go ahead and get a start on clearing it. I don't think I checked the water this way. Ooh, maybe this one. Okay, this looks promising. Quite a sizable water cave here. Maybe this will lead me to the redstone and gold that I need. Or it'll just lead me into the spider nest. Okay, well that's an actual entrance into it if I need to go in there. Which, every sign is pointing to the spider nest being the only real way down. Here we go. This looks like it's... and... I really need to learn to stop speaking too soon. Every time I think it's promising. Okay, this should at least be at the level we need. If there actually is anything here or not, I don't know. Gold. Alright. Just need to find redstone then. And we'll have our radar. And redstone. Alright. Ow. This appears to be a very expansive cave, so I'll definitely want to come back here at some point. However, for now, I'll just grab what we need and leave. Ooh, an iron ingot. It's pretty rare, I believe. Really hoping that the first tornado won't be while I'm down in a cave and I just completely miss it. Though that is also entirely possible. And now if I head up, I should be able to get all the stuff I need. There. I don't think there was any tornado at this storm, or if it was, it was really weak, as I don't see any signs at all. Now, I should have everything I need for the radar. Weather station will also be useful at some point in the future, but that doesn't have to be immediately. And missing a piece of copper. Okay, so that was just another squall line there. It did have some really heavy winds. So that means we should be pretty safe to start on the base now. Right, got lucky with a turtle helmet here. It's not something I'd ever go out of my way to get, but I am very happy to see it. So right in here I think will be a good spot. Flatten this out a little bit, make time for the house. Since bricks are a bit expensive and difficult to get, I think I'll go with the brick core of the building and then wood for the outside. All the important stuff can be in the brick area or the basement. Thinking maybe stripped oak logs here for the bottom. I think should look pretty decent with the bricks. This might be a little big for a starter home, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna shorten it a bit. So the entrance can be there, and then come around, and then we have the brick part of the building here. Expand this out one. Give me a bit more freedom to close that off. Go ahead and kill some of the salmon here. Probably my best source of food right now. So I don't have to worry about them running out. That storm's exploding over there. I can see what it looks like on radar. Right, which direction is it headed? Not sure. It looks like it might be starting to rotate in there. So this might be our first tornado. Now the colors look inverted from an actual radar perspective, but I'm not sure how it's handled in game here. I think that should miss us, even if it does develop. But yeah, it looks like it might be trying to rotate. For anyone who's not a storm enthusiast, this might not be the most interesting, but hopefully the other stuff in this pack will make up for it. There is a tornado. It's gonna be in the redwood forest over there. Thinking this might just be a normal thunderstorm though. I did turn the risk of tornadoes pretty low. It looks like it might be rotating, although it's kind of dark, so I can't tell for certain. Anyway, since we have the start to our house here, okay, yeah, that is definitely pulling in for rotation. But since we have the start to our house, I want to also try and get some of the machinery down. With that, I think I'm going to take the radar and go chase this a little bit. Can also get some redwood while I'm out here. Okay, yeah, that is very much rotating. Might even be a tornado on the ground right now. I think I'm catching up to it now. But I do want to turn on the debug mode just to see if that actually is a tornado there. Alright, this is lagging like crazy. In that case, I will go to toggle game mode so I can go over and see. Yeah, that is definitely rotating there. It does not look like there's anything on the ground. Alright, so I will back over to about where I took off and go back to survival then. I'm here, get some Dutch saplings and Dock Oak saplings. Alright, go ahead and gather any clay I can find. Oh, it looks like something new is developing over there. The other one did weaken. Go ahead and get the start of the mechanism set up here. So that's pretty easy to make. Going to see if I can find some iron around here pretty quickly. As I know just about every tech mod uses a ton of it. I think I will just have to go in there and mine it out pretty soon. Alright, so that's just some rain up over there. Seems I accidentally put clay in here. It's not intentional, but I'm not gonna complain. This plus harness will give us heat generator. Is that another squall line forming? There's some lava up there, so go up and get it. So we have a little bit of glitched fluids there. Grab 2 buckets. Not sure if I'll need it. I've used some of the higher tier mechanism machines before, but I've never used mechanism generators. So I'm not completely certain how this one works. Yep, I'm gonna see if I can turn down the frequency of squall lines. Let's double it. Okay, so that's generating at a reasonable rate. Ooh, that's quite some nice lightning, too. Strike must have been pretty close. Some hail here, too. And in case anyone would wonder, it does not work with shaders, which is a bit unfortunate, but also understandable. This is just an insanely impressive mod to begin with. Definitely not the weather anymore person would want to be outside in, but Minecraft Steve ain't a normal person. Or, I guess me, yo. There's a lot of hail there. Alright, so metallurgical infuser will be the next one to make. Take 2 redstone. I'm pretty sure this will... Okay. I thought that would give an 8. I guess I'm remembering wrong. I think this... Yeah, that'll give enough for 2 of those then. I can't avoid steel. Easiest way I know of to make steel is immersive engineering. For which I need more iron. Alright. So I need to go down into the cave again before I can do anything. I'm hoping Valkyrian Skies gets updated to 1.21 pretty soon, because I would love to use that with the weather mod here. Either that or the weather mod gets a backport to 1.20, although I'm kind of doubting that that would happen. Ow. Oh, thank you, Creeper. You know, amethyst is used in a couple of recipes, like waystones, so having one right here will be very nice. Wouldn't have discovered it if that creeper hadn't exploded. Bit of a drop. If there's anything up here worth grabbing. Ah, it's the top of the water cave. Interesting, okay. I'll probably wait until I have respiration to actually properly explore the water cave. So it would be quite annoying to otherwise. Figured would have been at least a bit more iron around here, but I guess not. And I am now pretty lost. Usually don't get lost in caves. I think here? Yes. There's one thing I'm good at in this game, it's not getting lost in caves usually. Though, it's not exactly the most useful skill, as you can always just dig out. Oh, that's a developing storm, possibly with rotation, heading straight for me. Okay, so I came up at the perfect time then. I need to gather some sand to use to make the coke oven. See if I can do that before the storm gets here. Also need to get lava to open another portal, since I'll need nether bricks, but in case this does spawn a tornado, I want to be pretty close here to my base. Oak bricks look nice for building, but they're a bit expensive, at least for now. So I have a pretty decent supply of clay or some way to automate it. Should be able to start using them then. Because I think they would also probably have higher resistances than normal bricks, although I'm not quite sure how the weather mod treats modded blocks. Right, there's definitely rotation in that storm, but it's pretty weak. So I'm guessing there won't be any tornadoes or anything from it. So just going to check and make sure I have AMAT player turned back off. Okay, that is going off. Because that was on for my testing, and I do not want every single storm to be heading towards me. Seems they do move from west to east, which is fine. Alright, looks like it's decaying there. And there's the coke oven setup. I think that should be walking, although that looks a little buggy. Ah, there it is. So it should be smelting. Hopefully. Okay, this is weakened, but it might be strengthening up to the northwest. Clouds rising there looks absolutely beautiful. This does not look like Minecraft whatsoever. Let's go ahead and make a basic fluid tank from Mechanism, so that we can bring some lava back over here. Storm is moving towards us. so I'm just really hoping that doesn't spawn a tornado right now. But if it does, we should have a good view of it from up here and be able to get to some type of shelter in time. Go ahead and fill up this fluid tank all the way. No reason not to just go ahead and drain all the lava here into it. Get back down to base, because that looks like it might be trying to lower, and if it does, it is heading straight for me. Definitely much more fun to have a tornado heading straight for me in Minecraft than in real life, which is not a fun experience. Actually don't think I have any gravel for flint, but the riverbed should have some. Oh, got it right away. See, does this recipe exist in this world? It does not. Alright. Well, that should be what we need to get into the nether and get some netherrack. Guess I'll put it back over here. I think that's the fastest portal I've ever made without placing obsidian. Oh, how absolutely lovely of a spawn. Not only is it in the middle of the end, it's next to brambles too. Luckily it was charging straight at me. Otherwise that could have been pretty difficult. Right, now I'll make 2 stem picks here, and vein mine out another act with them. Then I'll just have to smelt that. And that'll be the nether brick we need. Now I can leave and hopefully not have to come back here soon. Hopefully I can get all the magma blocks I need for that from just some of the water caves. Wait, that is rotating quite heavily, but I don't know if there's actually anything touched down from that. Just take out the tiny coal for this, and put in the netherrack. And while it's in there, I'll go down and get magma blocks. And some more coal if I can find it. Look over here. So I should just need 9 magma blocks for this, which I don't think will be too hard of a number to find. So let's get a count. 1, 2, and 3 right here. 4. Oh, that's an interesting loading bug there. 5. Okay, and here's the rest. If by some chance the developer of the weather mod sees this, then what I think could be a nice addition sometime in the future would be some type of handheld radar with a smaller range, lower resolution or something, so that you can have an idea of these storms without having to carry around a radar block on you and place it down. Okay, so that's just evolved into heavy rain, which is good. Almost halfway done. Now I'll check the caves over here for some iron. Actually, that looks like there's some more vegetation developing right up there. Feeding off the storm, possibly. Heading my way directly. Still would have some time before that hits. Alright, let's check these caves. And some iron right away, nice. Oh, I have the turtle helmet on. I actually didn't... completely forgot about the turtle helmet. Does help quite a bit. It's not permanent night water breathing, if I remember correctly, but it does help. Storm's sounding pretty close, so I'm gonna go back over to the radar after I get some fish. Right, since we have another storm developing up there, but they seem to all be losing their rotation before they get here. Hopefully that keeps up. Alright, and should just need one more craft of the blast bricks. And there we go. Okay, that might act... I think that actually is a tornado up there. Because that's an actual proper hook echo. Going to try and grab some sand here before it gets any closer. And then I'll go up on the hill there so I can try and see. Yep, there is a tornado on the ground over there. I wish I had the zoom mod here so I could get a better look at it. But first tornado of the world here. And it's heading this direction. I think it'll probably miss me over here a bit. Wish I had brought the radar up here. I can't tell if it's by that tree or behind it. I think it's behind it. Let's see, how do I make a spyglass? So I'm definitely going to want one. Okay, that's easy. Alright, yeah, that looks like it's heading pretty much straight for me. It's moving sideways a bit, but it's mainly just growing. So I want to get down off this hill, so I don't have to make a mad rush for cover as soon as it comes near. I'm going to go sleep and then get the piece of amethyst I need to make a spyglass. Ow. Alright, now let's get up before it dissipates, or hits us, whichever happens. And it does look like it's going away. That is looking really powerful. It's also possible either of these could develop into tornadoes. Well, I don't think this one will, but this one might. Right, there's the steel I need. Also go ahead and craft the spyglass here. Okay, this might be trying to develop into a tornado over there, too. Now let's go ahead and put in the furnace, which will speed up our smelting of bricks. Okay, yeah, I think this is also forming a tornado down there. Okay, now you want like a bubble elevator up to the top of the hill with a watchtower up there, so I can absorb storms. So ideally I want to see quite a bit before they'd come. Not that you can really see too far anyway. Look at the motion on that there. Absolutely beautiful. Really want to get a weather station here so I can actually see the predictions for upcoming days. Let's add these bricks to the house, and then try and get some of the other structure in, which will just be some oak planks. I might change out these stripped logs for cobblestone, but I don't have much on me right now. Also need to put in windows at some point. For now, let's head over here to these caves and do some more searching for iron. How much we can do when we don't have any. Seems it might just be that one cave system around here, and everything else is pretty small. I think the cave up over here still had a couple directions I didn't look yet, though. And nothing that way. And nothing of worth up in here either. Right, so with that, I guess my only option is either strip mining or the cave where I got the redstone and gold. Add windows in after I've gotten the entire walls in. Going to also add the carrots and onions to the field. But they're good sources of food, or should be. Now to get some stuff and go down. I think I'll make a couple of stone picks and try and strip mine. Make use of ultramine. Pretty much perfect. I wanted to start mining at Y16. And this brings me about where I wanted to be. And this does seem to be a decent way of getting iron. Right, and I'll change this back to shapeless before I forget. Should be a decent bit for now, I guess. So I'll go up and come back down later. We'll get the iron right here, though, I guess. And probably up here. Did not mean to enter free cam there. Right, coming back to a couple of storms there. I don't think either of them is really threatening. Guess we'll see though. Get some coal to smelt. I remembered there being a couple pretty big things in here still. Doesn't hurt to ever have excess coal. Although I do try and use other fuel sources when I can in modded. That might be trying to develop into a hook right there. That might be a tornado. If it is, it's like right over that hill. Well, if it is, should be able to see it right through that gap pretty soon here. That's right where I'd expect one to be. thinking that is just rotation without an actual tornado. We shall see right here. I don't see any type of lowering, so that is just a rotating storm. And it's dying down already too. I am back with Cat. Don't she'll make any noise that would be picked up on the mic, but do have a cat here now. Just need the blue dye and weather station. Should help give me an idea of what to expect weather-wise. Tornado siren would be nice at some point. What happens if I turn up the data resolution and settings here? Hey, do I? Okay, yeah, that is far more detailed. I'll keep it like this then. I was worried it would impact performance, but it does not appear to do so. Right, I'm going to make the foundation here, under the stripped logs, the cobblestone, and then stone bricks under the actual bricks. Thinking I'll use redwood in here for the floor. provides a nice color for the floor here. Alright, stream's been going for 2 hours now, so I think I'll keep it going for maybe another half hour and then end it there for today. Not sure how often I will do it, but it will probably be more often than my upload schedule, since I don't need to worry about time spent editing. Finding time to recording exactly an issue, it's getting myself to edit stuff. And see, oh, I haven't put the stone in here yet. To break all the grass out here, but I think I probably would have done it, so let's just go ahead and clear some more out. My problem with doing it is all the food it uses. So I'll go ahead and craft some bread. Infinite water source over here, so that I can grab water for making dough. So similar conditions as previous day. I'm not sure how often the risk actually changes. Might change every day and we just got marginal 2 days in a row, or might change every few days. Not sure. Something we should figure out pretty quickly though. Is there a tornado spawn from that? If so, then I just really dodged a bullet there. So because it did just go right on top of me. No tornado, but it wouldn't surprise me too much if it dropped one. Another storm developing there. Not sure if it's going to possibly drop anything or not. Yeah, that is definitely queuing up to drop a tornado there. And this one might be trying to as well. It is good to know, though, that in this mod, pretty much any storm that does produce a tornado will take a hook shape beforehand. Because while that's usually a sign in real life, I know that's not always an indicator. Probably happens sometime in this world where I will just be caught completely unaware by a tornado and sucked up, but hopefully that does not happen soon. Yeah, I'm going to run to cover as soon as I finish this, because I want to see what the risk is of this actually having something here. Because it is definitely rotating quite rapidly. And yeah, that one definitely produced something. It might drop right past us. They're just definitely trying to. See, they're going to right on top of us or past us, because it is really looking like it's forming another hook. That should be like right up in there. Okay, I'm seeing the hail disappear, so it might be weakening then. Let's make the framed saw here. Oh, that actually startled me a little. Some panels. I'm not sure how these would hold up in a tornado, if they'll be treated as wood or if they'll be treated as whatever material is in them. Like if I was to put cobble in them here, will the tornado treat them as cobble, or will it treat them as the wooden block that the frame panel itself is? So other than roof, it should be pretty much done now. Definitely a very simple house, but what do you expect this early on? Put in a bay window right here. Always like doing them. And to try and keep windows in the brick segment here to a minimum, as this will be a sort of sheltered area. Not saying that I won't have any in here though. You can put some actual oak logs in here. Well, let's see the oak logs. I like the look of that. Let's try the oak ones up above. I'm thinking I want the area up above to spread out a bit more. The bottom area is fine. And then this area. Go ahead and sleep here. Risk none. So I don't have to worry about any storms that pop up today then. I shouldn't, at least. Not sure fully what I think of it, but I'll keep it for now. Need to get a couple more bits of sand for glass. Also want to find some spruce trees here soon. Do have Nature's Compass installed, so can use it to try and locate stuff. Okay, I'm going to change the door setup. I'll use the frame trapdoors for it. I have a little bit of a frame on the door without it being so obvious here. Guess I can still keep those there. Right, and then I think I'll stick to just doing the little 2x1 windows for this area. And just do those. Maybe put a little chimney here, so that it still has some type of decoration and not just being a bare wall. I think I'm liking the idea of trying to put in an apparent support post here or something, because I want this house to look well reinforced. Maybe right here. Yeah, I like that. I put one here too or something. So it kind of looks odd just being the only one. Now I need to get chests and stuff in there. I do also want to get a simple roof on it for now. So, polished andesite, maybe I should have enough. Should work. Let's do the cut andesite then. I'll grab the stone cutter and come over here with it. Not going to be my best with, but it should work pretty decently. Especially with the materials I have available right now. To get a little more andesite, and it'll be that part of the wave finished. Okay, okay, so the risk will change during the day, because that is a tornado. Is it heading for me? It might be. Okay. So I need to check throughout the day, it seems. A little complacent there, I guess. This definitely looks a bit older style building, but I don't think it's too bad. And with the exception of the stripped logs, a lot of these blocks were here in older versions. So I could see this being built somewhere around 1.8 or whenever andesite was first added. So I need to go up and get some more clay, but I'll check radar on this first. Okay, so it seems to be heading this direction. So I should be safe. It's actually a bit stressful even in a game here. I mean, like, I know I will respawn, but it's still unsettling having a tornado possibly heading for you. To head up that way at some point and check out the damage paths of both this and the previous one. See if they were actually strong enough to leave ground scouring or debunk trees and stuff. Which actually brings up a thought. I wonder how this would work with the dynamic trees mod. If so, that would be quite interesting. I am mainly just glad that the tornadoes in this mod are very apparent. No ambiguous radar signatures to try and decipher. See a hook and you see a very tight velocity couplet, and you know it's there. Although that may change as the mod gets out of early alpha. Something that would just have to wait and see on. Means I might have grabbed the exact perfect amount of granite I needed. Let's see if there were any variations that I might want to switch it to, though. No, I think I'll just keep it. And I still need the andesite roof here. Hopefully this little bit of andesite here will be enough. I'd want to replace these with the cut versions, since it is also the outline of the top part. And a wandering trader. Alright, I'll go kill him for his leads here in a minute. And I am going to need more andesite. Let's see, do you have anything useful? Not that I have any emeralds. Oh, you actually have a wither skull. It's quite nice, too bad I can't buy it. I will take the leather and leads though. Okay, let's put the cut die right in here since it's a nice smooth white texture. And get the andesite for the edges here. Like quite a lot of vein in that way. And it looks like I'm just barely gonna be shy on andesite with what I have on me. Alright, it's easy to just get a couple more though. Watch this turn into a tornado right as I finish the house. That would be quite the end to a stream. How close it is, I think if it is going to produce anything, it'll be once it passes over us. That, I am going to call that the end of the stream here, with the house finished. That's a good place to stop. This one will just be on stream, so probably going to have another one in a day or two. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But I will end it there then. Goodbye.